this video, I am going to be stung by a bullet ant, one of the most painful stings on Earth, to reveal the truth about the bullet ant challenge. Let's go. All right, guys. So in this video, we are going to attempt to show you a sting adventure uncut. As few cuts as possible, because there's been a lot of comments over the years that our use of cinematic music and macro shots and all the things that we do to make our videos more entertaining hide the truth about the sting videos that have made Brave Wilderness famous. So once and for all, we're making this video to show you exactly how we do it and exactly what's up. There's another reason we are making this video, and that's because we are reinventing the sting index. We're calling it the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index because over the years, having been stung by many creatures from jellyfish to man-o-war to fireworms to all sorts of wasps and ants around the globe, it has become apparent to us that there's a lot of factors not included in the original Sting Pain Index. Not to mention, it's kind of confusing. So let me break down how the new Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index is going to work. First of all, you know, the late great Justin Schmidt created his Sting Index rating out of 4, ranking them from 1 to 4, 1 being the least painful, 4 being the most painful. I think if Justin had to do it all over again today, he likely would have made it out of 10. I don't think he had any idea how famous his Sting Index was going to become, but that's not his fault. So in our new Bite Sting Index, we're gonna rate all of our factors out of 10 and then give an ultimate ranking out of 10. So it's a lot easier to understand. The other thing that we are going to do is we are going to identify some of the missing factors from that original Sting Index. 2 of them that are new would be intimidation factor and aftermath. And that's because after all the stings that we have gone through, these things really matter. How you feel about getting stung by an animal before you're actually stung changes the way the sting feels. Also, the aftermath is in a lot of cases the worst part of the sting, and that's not really identified on the Sting Index currently. It's just about the sting itself. So I will get more into the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index when we're back at the table, because we have just arrived right there at the bullet ant nest. I have been to this location in Costa Rica many times in my career. I know where all the bullet ants nests are located on this trail, and this is a good one. So we figured, yeah, let's get a bullet ant from this nest, and this is the catch. So again, uncut, we're gonna have as few cuts as possible. There might be a couple cuts just for technical reasons, but we're not gonna skip ahead. We're not gonna like cut anything out. This is going to be a bullet ant sting as raw and as uncut as we can possibly create. So again, first things first, we gotta catch ourselves a bullet ant. Let me get the shot here so you can see. Is that a good angle? That's a good angle right there. Let me clear that out of the way for you. All right, so you see this tree root right here has a little opening. Underneath this opening is a bullet ant nest. Getting them to come out is easy. Catching them at first was very difficult for us, but since we've learned a lot about bullet ants, it's become pretty easy. Essentially just need a little container and they'll walk right in. So here's how I'm gonna get them to come out. Just a light knock on the door. They should come out right here. Anybody home? Oh, I saw one. Okay. We're being a little shy today, so we're gonna give them a little tickle. Here we go. I hear them. Oh, there we go. See that? Got some bullet ants crawling. And we just need one. But I just want to prove to you that I didn't just come here with a single bullet ant in my pocket. These are real wild bullet ants, no bullet ants inside the container. You guys can see that back there on the other cameras. But let's first get a, there we go. See, that easy. Bullet ant secured, okay. Let's move on. So you're gonna notice we've got our camera crew behind us. We've got Andrew Asa on the A and B cam. I'm using a GoPro for this perspective, but we have our bullet ant. And again, we're gonna try to use as few cuts as possible. The way we're gonna do that is this shot will hopefully never stop. We'll either speed it up or we will make it a smaller picture in the corner so you can see this whole thing unobstructed. I might release just this GoPro clip on the Mark Vin's channel. So for those of you who just want to see it uninterrupted and raw and rough, that's probably the best place to go. You can click on the link in the description for that. But for the Brave Wilderness main upload, we might need a couple shifts in the cut because as soon as we get to the sting table and getting stung, we're gonna need a camera shot much closer than this GoPro can do. So there you have it. That is how we're going to attempt to show you and prove to you just how bad the bullet ant sting really is. And then of course, you know, we'll talk about why we're doing this again for the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Hopefully it's obvious, but we'll get back to the table and talk a little bit more about that before the sting. All right, cue the fast forward. You guys good? Great. All right. You know, I tend to not get nervous as much anymore before the sting until the insect is in the tweezers, the forceps. Until then, I know I'm safe. So I'm sure those nerves will start to fire off here soon enough. This is the original location of the first bullet ant sting video that Coyote did in 2016. I filmed it. I was right there where Andrew and Ace are. And we thought this was a great spot to come back to, not only because it has some history for Brave Wilderness, but because it's a good place to kick off this new Bite Sting Index. We had to review the classics if we want to move into the future. So I'm gonna put this here. Let's see if we get a good shot out of it. Is that stable, guys? Like I said, uncut, little table malfunction. All good. Okay, that looks good right there. Okay. No, this is not the original table that we got bitten stung by in the past. Is a brand new table, but this is the original spot. That bullet ant video right now has over 70 million views. And you know, there's a lot of videos from the Bite Sting series that Coyote has done and I have done that have well over 50 million views. But this new Bite Sting Index is sort of resetting everything as we go and we review some of the most painful bites and stings in the world to re-rank them, to re-rate them. Rating these stings was not done the first time around. This is definitely the main reason why I'm doing this. However, I have seen other creators, other videos posted about how, like, you know, Brave Wilderness, you know, didn't show us the real sting and it was like all movie magic and all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, why don't we go ahead and make this unabridged version, front to back, full adventure, catch, sting, all in one video so we can silence the naysayers once and for all. I know most of you don't fall into that camp, so don't take that as like the people watching this. This is for the loud few people that have made mention of this, that we just want to prove a point that this is real. All of this has been genuine the entire time. So I got my epinephrine pen because this is the one first aid kit that I will need, first aid tool I will need the most should I go into any kind of anaphylactic reaction. Because I've been stung by a bullet ant before, like this, yeah, I know I'm gonna be fine, but you never know. Allergies can pop up for no reason at all, so I just want to have that as a reassurance that I'm trying to be as safe as possible. And now I am going to switch perspectives to the A camera that Andrew's operating. Say hi, Andrew.
Hey.
Here, let's get Andrew on camera. Say hi.
Hey, everyone.
Asa.
Hey, everyone.
All right, so these guys are in charge of getting the up-close shots that the GoPro can't do. We may need a couple cuts, but again, this GoPro shot will always remain on in some form, even if we have to put it as a tiny, tiny square up in the corner of the video. All right, let's talk talking to you, sorry. Uncut, we would usually redo that, but uncut, we're gonna go right to the A camera. Let's talk about this Bite Sting Index. I mentioned all the factors, but just to cover them one more time in case you've forgotten since then, we're gonna rate all the bites and stings we do on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And then at the end of the videos, we will go back and we will recover the score on each of those and then make an average that gives the insect or arachnid its official ranking on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, which I'm also calling the BSI for short because it's a mouthful. Guys, did I cover anything else? Are we good?
We got plenty of cameras rolling. I think we're ready to go.
Oh, let's get that camera rolling. Here we go, another perspective, boom, boom, boom. Got my entomology forceps. Let's get the bullet ant out, just for old time's sake. Let's go through all the motions here. So we've got our bullet ant. We can let it crawl out here. And this one's fired up. A lot of times you'll see bullet ants out on the trail and they're usually very docile, but because I disturbed this one from its nest, where I will put it back, it is gonna be a little more agitated and more sting prone. So I'm not gonna free handle this bullet ant, but I am going to try to get a good hold, gently. Oh, hear the stridulation? Oh, already firing the stinger. Okay, that's a bad hold. It's a bad hold. Come on, buddy. That's a good hold. There we go. Gentle, gentle. Okay, there we go. There is the bullet ant in all its glory. Second largest species of ant in the world. Now, bullet ants are notorious for their sting. They're called a bullet ant because they say it's like getting shot by a gun. I've never been shot before, thankfully, and I can attest to how accurate that that lore is, but I could tell you that the sting of this ant is very serious, and the aftermath lasts for a very long time, and that's one of the key factors of the BSI. The Bite Sting Index is not only rating the pain, it's that aftermath. To make sure that that's a very critical point, because sometimes stings don't seem that bad until the next day. This sting, however, is bad the whole way through. Throw the epinephrine down there. This is bad the whole way through. So I have a feeling this ant, the bullet ant, is going to get a monster score. A lot of the scores that we've done already, you'll notice I have a couple stings here and there, have rated in the mid-7s. I think the bullet ant, this could be a 9. This could be a mega score. Intimidation, ants of course have limited potential in the intimidation department, but because this is the world's most famous sting, I would argue, and it's called a bullet ant, I'm gonna say intimidation is gonna be high. Pain, already know, big time score. Aftermath, that's the one you want to stick around for. The aftermath of this sting is truly what makes it a terrifying ordeal. So without further ado, because this is live and uncut pretty much, well, it's not live, but uncut, and we're just trying to roll through it, let's get into the sting. All right, here we go. Entering the sting zone with the bullet ant, hopefully for the very last time. On 3, 1. You guys got a shot?
Got it.
2, 3. Yep, he's got me. Got that stinger shot to prove that it's in. You got it?
Got it.
Come in closer if you need to. Come in closer if you need to. You see that stinger in?
I see it.
No doubt. Ah, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a delay, but it's there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo, okay. All right, you're about to see some fireworks here on my arm. Yeah, that is super painful. Okay.
Oh man, it's already firing up.
You see all this redness right here? Let's get the sweat out of there. There's the sting point right there. The bullet ant has a very unique venom feel. Wasps have a certain way that they feel that burn. The fierce sting of the bullet ant is like electrifying. It is a electrical fire. You can feel all the tingling, all my nerves under the skin right now, just going crazy. You can see my skin is already freaking out. Look at that. All those blood vessels around the sting. Look at how far it's already traveled. Around the sting, already popping off. When you can see some blood, some broken blood vessel right there where the stinger went in, coming right to the surface. You getting that shot? Yeah, that is popping off. Okay.
I always ask, but
yeah.
Are you okay?
I am okay, Andrew. Thank you for asking. That's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's become sort of famous with my character over the years that the "Are you okay" thing that comes from a place of just genuine concern, making sure that, you know, everybody's okay after these stings. These are meant to be educational at the end of the day. I realize they're entertaining, but we're real human beings. We're really out here. We're doing this stuff for real. And there is the real risk that sometimes we might need something like an EpiPen, or we might need to get out of here and get emergency help. In this case, I'm just gonna like fight through this, and we are going to officially rate the bullet ant, one of the kings of sting, on the bite sting index for the very first time. Whew, here we go. On intimidation factor, this ant sting is legendary, and it's widely considered to be the most painful insect sting on the planet. That combined with my painful past experiences, and the fact that this is one of the largest ants on Earth, oh, and I almost forgot, it has the ability to make a shrill scream as they attack. So for that, I give the bullet ant an intimidation score of an 8.6 out of 10. The pain factor of the bullet ant sting is big time. The only reason I was able to keep myself somewhat composed is that I've been stung by this ant before, so I have a little bit of experience. Last time, when I came to Costa Rica, I took a bullet ant sting for a full minute. That's right, 60 seconds of full venom shock and all. So I knew what I was getting myself into today, and I will admit, one sting is not nearly as bad as a minute's worth, but a single sting still feels like fire, electric shock, and hot coals combined that only gets worse after the initial sting, so I have to give it an 8.8 out of 10. The aftermath of this sting is second to none, and is where this insect really scores its points on the PSI. The pain and throbbing afterward was excruciating, and it lasted for at least 24 hours. Over time, the sting swelled, itched, and radiated pain very similar to breaking a bone, and that's not an exaggeration. Because of all that, I have to give the aftermath of this insect a 9.9 out of 10. Combined, this bullet ant sting earns a 9.1, placing it at the very top of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. At least that is for the time being. Before we start our face-off, we have to track down our contenders. First up are the leafcutters, which are famous for slicing up plants and marching the pieces back to their nest. These worker ants carrying the leaves are incredibly strong, capable of lifting 20 times their own weight. They harvest these parts to use as compost that grows a fungus to feed the entire colony, including their defenders called soldier ants. Leafcutter soldiers have no stinger at all, but instead use their massively oversized jaws like butcher knives to slice through anything standing in their way, including human flesh. I have personally witnessed a single soldier saw through skin to the bone in just a matter of seconds, and that is why it will be our first contender. To find them, all we have to do is follow this trail of ants back to their underground lair. Here we go. This is it. This is the entry point to the nest. You can see the leaves are disappearing here. Up in this clearing, there's going to be other entry points. That's where the soldiers are going to be waiting to ambush. Oh yeah, see multiple entry points. All right, we want to be very gentle with our steps around these openings, because as soon as we disturb this area with vibrations, these ants are going to swarm us. These colonies can span 100 feet in diameter underground, so that's pretty much all of the visible area here in this clearing. There are millions of ants below our feet right now, including those dominant soldier ants. These are the biggest and baddest ants that you could imagine. All right, guys, get ready. So this is the same as knocking on the door, and trust me, we are not welcome. Oh, here they come right here, look at that. Giant soldiers. If you don't pay attention, they will be all over your body. We're here to collect 5 soldier ants for the bite test. All right, there's one. Okay, we got one. We are getting absolutely swarmed by these ants. Look at them covering my boots.
All right, they're covering.
I know, you guys watch yourselves. Stand back a little bit. They come out of the hole with their mandibles open, ready for pain. All right, I got 3.
They're all over your boots.
Oh, oh gosh, he's already got me. 4. One just got my back. They're already up my legs. God, he got me. Oh, okay, how many do we have? I got 5. All right, let's get out of here, come on. I got one on my back. I sliced my back. All right, seriously. Oh, you got them all over you guys. Got them all over your boots.
Oh, Matt, one just crawled in your pocket.
Oh, Mark, there's one on your shoulder.
It's biting me, look at that. Yes, they can definitely bite through your clothes. There is no negotiating with these ants. They only mean to seek and destroy. It's time for round 1. Let's go to the bite table. and get this action started. All right, welcome to the bite table. Here we have in our jar 5 soldier leafcutter ants, and oh boy, are they angry. Let's get a closer look at the business end of one of these soldiers. Man, these ants just make you nervous. They are so incredibly strong. Let's take a closer look. Andrew, you got a good shot? It's like having a pair of garden shears on your face. They are razor sharp. We're going to attempt to recreate a swarm of ants on the top of my hand and then see if I can withstand their bites for 60 seconds. Please do not attempt to recreate what you're about to see. Matt, let's put 60 seconds on the clock.
60 seconds.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the leafcutter ant. Here we go, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, that one's got me. All right, they're all in, start the clock.
60 seconds starting
Oh, they're breaking the skin. Ah! Man, that hurts. Ah! 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 Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh, that's gross. Ah, what's the time? What's the time?
30 seconds left.
Ah, they're just annihilating my skin, just popping holes. Ah! Oh! Oh, it's like razor pinches. Ah! They're just like slicing through my skin like butter. Oh, give me a countdown. It's gotta be close.
10 seconds left.
All right, 10.
9, 8, 7,
Ah!
5,
Ah!
4, don't move your hand. 3, 2, 1.
Ah, get them off, get them off, get them off. God, they won't come off. Ah! Ah, they just bite harder. Oh, get off me. Ah! Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. So many bites. That was so much more intense than I thought. I thought there was no possible way that a leafcutter ant bite could even come close to comparing, but I don't know. Bullet ant stings up next, but that's the most uncomfortable thing I have ever experienced. The sheer willpower to just like look away and let that happen. I hope you guys got good shots because I never want to go through that ever again. All right, let's let these ants go and get back on the hunt. Even with fresh wounds on my hand, there was no time for a break. My turn to face the sting of the bullet ant had arrived. Bullet ants are one of the largest ants in the world and are legendary for having the most painful sting in the insect kingdom, rating above cowkillers, tarantula hawks, and the infamous murder hornet. It has also earned itself the nickname the 24-hour ant because the excruciating pain from a single sting can last an entire day. Let's let these ants back off into their nest. There you go. Round 1 of the most painful ant showdown is in the books. I've got some battle wounds to show for it. Now it's time for round 2, the sting of the bullet ant. I've got some good news and bad news. The bad news is, for me, this is definitely gonna happen. The good news is, we don't have to go very far to find our bullet ant. Literally on top of the leafcutter ant colony, there is a bullet ant nest right here at this tree. I have never seen this before. All I have to do, give a little knock on the door. Check this out. Oh, here they come. Can you get your microphone close? Hear them making their battle cry. Oh, they're angry. We just need 1 ant. Here we go. Oh, we got 2 on there. Oh, see if we can get one to climb off in it. All right. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, geez, that was close. All right, we got an ant. And just like that, we are ready for round 2. The time has come for the second contender. Those leafcutter ants meant business, but those are flesh wounds. This is venom. Let's get the bullet ant out of the jar so we can get a closer look at exactly what we're dealing with here. All right, I'm just gonna let it crawl onto the table. Got it. Oh man, my heart is definitely racing a million miles a second right now. These ants are not to be taken lightly Some ants just bite, but some ants sting, and this is the king of sting. Oh. Ah, did you see that? Jumped right off the forceps. Let me grab it again. Be good, be good. Okay, got a better grip that time. Oh man, okay.
He looks angry.
Very angry. The panerotoxin in this ant stinger is ranked #1 on Dr. Schmidt's sting index. And I'm not just gonna take one sting today. I'm about to take it on for 60 seconds. Oh man, this is gonna be painful. Please do not attempt to try this at home. 60 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Camera's rolling, camera's rolling, camera's rolling. I'm Mark Binns, and I'm about to enter the sting zone for 60 seconds with the bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, you see the stinger going in? Oh, you got that shot? Oh, ah! Oh, that hurts. Oh, the stinger's still in me. Ah!
Mark, we gotta stop the clock every time you take
All right, oh man, it really burns.
You have to hold it on there for a whole minute.
Oh yeah, you can see the stinger going in the skin. You see that? Oh man, and he's just like working it in. Oh my gosh.
30 seconds.
Oh, the stinger's in there, just pumping me full of venom.
Mark, you okay?
No. It's hot. Oh yeah, you see the stinger going in and out? It's getting me again. What's the time?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time.
Oh, I'm bleeding where the stinger is in. You guys see that? Oh, dude, I'm telling you what, that is searing pain. My arm is on fire right now.
Describe the pain.
It's hot. It's hot, it's pulsating, it's electric. My skin is just like rippling with pain. You can see it drew blood. The stinger was in the skin, just pumping me full of venom. Do you see it pull out there at the end? That was insane. They say it's like being shot by a bullet. This pain is rumored to last for like 24 hours. The sting is getting worse by the second.
So which one's worse?
The acute pain of those leafcutter ant jaws really hurt. This is different though. This is getting worse. Like you could see the redness is starting to really flare up. Like look at all the capillaries dilating there. Wow. In terms of the showdown, I don't know, what do you guys think? What'd you think was worse?
Just based on your pain reaction and the bites, I think leafcutter ant.
I mean, this was no walk in the park. This did not feel good for a second, but those leafcutter ants, that is something I never, ever want to go through ever again if I can help it. All right, guys, it's getting dark. Let's release the ant and head back to camp. As we made our way back to the nest to release the bullet ant, the swelling and searing pain increased dramatically, and I was starting to think that I had declared the winner of this ant versus ant face-off far too soon. All night long, my arm was riddled in bone-crushing pain, and it took everything I had to hold back from screaming out in agony.
I maybe got like 2 hours of sleep last night, guys. This bullet ant sting just kept me up all night long.
For what it's worth, I feel my experience has proved the rumors true. The pain became much more intense before getting any better, and the visual swelling and itching alone were shocking. It took multiple days for all of my symptoms to subside, and if it were up to me, I'd rename this species the 48-hour ant. So I had to do the right thing and return to the table. Well, I, for one, am never too proud to admit when I am wrong. And in terms of yesterday's verdict as to which was worse, I was wrong. Look at my arm, guys. I am in so much pain right now. And look at this. The redness extends all the way from my wrist to almost my elbow. It truly feels like a broken bone.
Wait, Mark. So are you changing the winner from yesterday?
no question, no question. I have never felt pain like this from a sting. This is the worst sting I have ever experienced in my life. The bullet ant is the true king of pain of this rainforest. This was my first brush with the bullet ant, but it will be far from my last. Our experiment today was more than just a head-to-head comparison. It was also training. Soon I'll be heading deep into the Amazon to attempt the legendary Bullet Ant Glove Challenge, where I'll place my hands into gloves filled with hundreds of angry bullet ants that could sting me thousands of times. Should I continue forward in this next mission? Tell us what you think in the comments. Holy crap, are you guys rolling? Look at this. That is a COWKILLER. We literally were out here filming me getting stung by a giant desert hairy scorpion, and we were taking a break, and I came over to this pasture and I saw this COWKILLER scurrying around. Oh, they're fast. They're super fast. Ah. Got it. Woo! All right, I think it's my turn to go arm to stinger with one of the most painful stinging insects on the planet, the COWKILLER of Arizona. Let's go, guys. The COWKILLER is what the velvet ant is called in the United States because they are often found in cow pastures, and their sting is said to be so horrible that it's painful enough to kill a cow. We don't even have to set up the sting table. It's already set up. Luckily, the sting of that giant desert hairy scorpion wasn't that bad. Oh my God, the venom spray, did you see that? So I'm gonna be able to hopefully endure one more before we head home. This is the insect responsible for our most famous viral video ever, with over 83 million views. But I haven't yet taken the sting from this one. Okay, let me get back here. You all right? And not only am I going to attempt this sting test, but I will also be putting the most famous sting in Brave Wilderness history on our brand new and improved Bite Sting Index, where I will rank this sting on intimidation, pain, and aftermath, ranking each from 1 to 10, and then taking the average score to see where the COWKILLER falls on the official Brave Wilderness BSI. So the first impressions of this COWKILLER, which is a velvet ant, is that it looks a lot different than the COWKILLER that stung Coyote years ago. It has the exact same patterning and fur, but instead of a red abdomen, it has almost like a burnt orange coloration. And that's the cool thing about velvet ants. They come in a variety of shapes, patterns, and colors. And velvet ant species can be found all over the Americas, but I happen to think the ones here in the southwestern United States are some of the coolest looking of all the species. It's called a velvet ant, but it's not a species of ant at all. In fact, it is a wingless wasp. The males of this species actually have wings and fly around, but they don't have stingers. Only the female velvet ants have stingers, so we know because this one doesn't have wings, it's definitely gonna be able to give me a sting. Now, I have been stung by another species of velvet ant before, the panda ant, where I was the first person to ever document being stung by this species down in Chile. Ooh, yeah, okay. Definitely took a really good sting and a bite. I saw a lot of the comments. People were asking, hey, how does that stack up to the velvet ant in Arizona? And I didn't know because I've never been stung by one. Well, I'm about to find out, and so are all of you. Oh man, the reality of this just set in. I have the sting kill out. I will treat this sting with the sting kill as well. This is not a paid ad. This is just something I'm curious about. Of course, I've got an EpiPen just in case I have any kind of crazy allergic reactions. This is a first aid device that will help me get to emergency medical attention should I need it. Hopefully this is just a lot of pain and we don't have to go down that route. And with that, let's get a look at the stinger of this insect. So this is always the tricky part, getting a grip. And they're called the indestructible insect because their exoskeleton, their body, is so strong. It is way stronger than most insects. So I'm not gonna be able to crush it or hurt it whatsoever. Oh, you guys hear that? I already heard something that I was curious about. These insects have the ability to actually emit a squeak that's called stridulation. It's a warning distress signal, an alarm siren, if you will. And this one, I just heard it. Hear that? You guys hear it? Get your cameras close. You'll be able to hear it. Not quite as noisy as the panda ant, but you can definitely hear it. But don't worry, I'm not hurting this insect at all. Now the stinger, look at how long it is. Oh my gosh, look at that stinger. The stinger of the cow killer is one of the longest stingers of all insects. In fact, to the body size ratio, it has the longest stinger of any stinging insect on the planet. Wow. And because this one is bigger, that stinger is much larger than the panda ant I was stung by in Chile. Wow, that stinger is seriously large. Okay, I think it is time to test out the sting of this fuzzy little insect. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to attempt to let the cow killer sting me on its own. In order to do that, we're going to put it back in the container, and I'm going to just place it right on the usual spot. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, I can feel the fuzz. Oh, abdomen's like right against my skin. This is nerve-wracking. I can see the cow killer's trying to get out of the glass. Just as I thought, not gonna sting on its own. Here we go, I'm gonna flip it over. Woo! All right, hang on. Whew. That'll get your nerves going. Whew. Okay. All right, so you don't really need to worry about taking a sting from this insect unless you really antagonize it by trying to grab it or hold it with a pair of forceps and let it sting you that way, which is what I'm about to do next, because I'm very curious how it stacks up to the velvet ants of South America. Moment's setting in and I'm actually gonna take a sting. All right, let's get a good grip. Just gonna get it right on the back there. There we go. Okay, it's getting warm. She's getting fired up. You can see where I had the glass placed earlier to prove that she wasn't gonna sting me on her own, but she's definitely gonna sting me now. That stinger is firing. You guys got your shot? I'm gonna do it right in the center of that sting zone. All right, I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the velvet ant, the cow killer of the Southwest. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, she's biting me. Nothing yet. I got that stinger. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Oh. Whoa. Way. Oh. Yeah, stinger's in. Wow. Yeah, that is way worse than the panda ant. Way worse.
What's it feel like, Mark?
Oh, it burns. It really burns. Here, I'm gonna put her back. Yeah, that burns. That definitely burns. She nailed me right there. See that? See that red spot? Oh man, that is gonna swell. That is searing pain. Way worse than the panda ant. Like times 10 worse. That is a for real sting. Holy moly. Yeah, that's one of the better ones I've taken. It is, hang on. Wow, I got hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3, the worst one being right there in the middle. And I felt that stinger go all the way in. I mean, probably like at least a 1/4 inch underneath the skin. You can see that there's a little bit of a blood spot, a little bit of redness there from like some hemorrhaging underneath the skin, but you can really see the blotchiness starting to go. I can already tell you right now, The swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now, but right now I'm feeling the effects of the venom, the pain, and it is time for me, I think, to get a little bit of sting kill on this sting. Let's go. Hopefully help cool down the burn I'm feeling on my skin. Oh yeah, that's like a dull pain. Cool relief though. Yeah, this sting is way more powerful than the panda ant. I don't know if it's a size thing or if it's just generally the Southwest velvet ants, the cow killers are just that much more painful, but that was a wallop. I'm glad to have a little something to help put out the burn from that pain. I can tell you right now though, tomorrow is gonna be the worst day of this. We're gonna have to monitor this thing for the next 24 to 48 hours. I am by no means out of the woods. And now it's time to break down this sting and give the cow killer its official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. For intimidation, I give the cow killer a 7.5 out of 10. Even though they are fuzzy and colorful, once you see that stinger all the way out, all bets are off and you know it means business. As for pain, I was super shocked by this one because I thought it would be at least similar to the panda ant. I was definitely wrong. It was many times worse, so I give it an 8 out of 10. Lastly, the aftermath. The swelling and the pain spiked big time in the hours following the sting and well into the next day. While it is by no means a bullet ant, it definitely hurts for a good long while, and I would say the aftermath is much worse than the sting itself, giving it an 8.5 out of 10. That total score gives the cow killer an official BSI rating of an 8. That is the highest ranking so far, and a lot of bang pow for such a tiny creature. Just spotted a new wasp. New wasp unlocked. Let's go see if we can catch it. Got it. Okay. Yes, got it. Okay, let's go, let's go. Oh yeah, okay, we got it. Awesome. All right, let's see if I can. Looks like some kind of mud dabber. Easy, easy, easy. There it is. Ah, look at that, guys. We got it. That was awesome. This is what is known as a mud dabber wasp. They're called that because they make a mud nest. And they're usually solitary when you see them out. You don't usually see a swarm of a mud dabber wasp. They're also called a thread-bodied wasp. You see that thread-like bridge between their abdomen and the main body? That is a distinct characteristic of these wasps. And they can use all kinds of things to build their nests. They can use sand, mud, anything that they can use to build into that tunnel. In fact, you know what? Why don't I show you what a nest looks like? Hold the phone. I know where one is. I'm gonna bring it to the set. 1 second. Here we go. So, no, this is not what the wasp makes. This is a plastic container that's just outside of the reserve that we're staying at. But if you get your camera in tight, see that little tunnel of mud? That is the nest of a mud dabber. See if anybody's home. Oh yeah, somebody's definitely home. Whoa. All right, that one took off. I hope you saw that. Good thing we already caught one because that wasp took off. Let's go back to the wasp that we caught. I'm glad that we found this one because we have been getting a lot of questions. These wasps are found all over the world and there are hundreds, no, check that, thousands of different species of these thread-bodied wasps. And people want to know, can they sting? They're not aggressive. People rarely get stung by mud dabbers, but I am curious, can the mud dabber sting and how bad does it hurt? I think it's time to put this wasp on the Bite Sting Index. Let's set up the table. All right, just like that, we have another insect to add to the Bite Sting Index. I've already been stung 3 times on this trip. So far, I have the trapjaw ant, the bullet ant, the warrior wasp, and now I'm about to add the mud dabber. And the reason why I'm going back and I'm doing all these stings here in Costa Rica, where I have experienced stings before, is because we have this brand new Bite Sting Index. Why reinvent the Sting Index? Well, a couple reasons. First reason is bites. The original Sting Index did not include bites, the bites of arachnids, the bites of insects, and other creepy crawlies that we like to experiment to describe the pain and a lot of the educational facts about these creatures. The other thing is pain in itself is not the only factor when it comes to stings. There are other really important considerations like Intimidation, which is one of our factors. Intimidation of an animal absolutely changes how you feel about the pain of the sting itself. And then of course we have the pain, and then at the end we have the aftermath. What happens to you after you're stung or bitten by some of these insects is oftentimes the worst part of it. So we wanted to make sure that we encapsulated the full experience of these bite and stings, and then we take all of those scores, average them out to a ranking on the BSI for every creature that we test. And I think it's time to get a closer look at this wasp. Let's get it out of the container. You guys ready? Let's keep the net close by, just in case we get an escape artist here. All right. Go for a grab. Not a grab, not a great grab. Gonna have to redo this grab. Oh, I see the stinger already. Oh boy. This might not be good. This might be, all right, hang on, I gotta see if I can use this cord piece. Help me out here. I know they can, because it has that threaded abdomen, that threaded waist, it can really swing itself around. Make sure I have a good grip. Okay, good grip. Good grip. I think we can put the net away. Put that to the side. Actually off the table. Okay, getting my first really close look at this insect, this wasp. It is blackish brown in color. Its wings are more of a caramel hue. Has a little bit of yellow on the neck. Overall, very stealthy. I would give this a smallish size rating. Like it's definitely sub-medium size for wasp. Not the smallest wasp, but like not quite a medium wasp. Intimidation factor is going to be tough on the score for this one. I'm not going to lie. Like the intimidation factor of this wasp, just knowing what I know about mud dabbers and the fact that they're usually docile. These are not wasps that are going to antagonize you. They're not going to disturb you at lunch. They're just going to fly through and be on their way either back to their nest or out to hunt. A lot of these wasps do prey on spiders, so they can be a type of spider wasp, but they also eat nectar and other forms of sugar. Let's see if it's oh yeah, it wants to bite. It definitely wants to bite and sting. Getting it in the forceps, I definitely already saw it does have a stinger. I can confirm this is a stinging wasp. See that stinger fishing around?
Oh, he looks angry.
And it's not a he, it's a she. Only female wasps can sting. And that's a good point, actually, Andrew, is that these stingers are modified egg-laying appendages, but they are connected to a venom sac that I can confirm that this one definitely has, because male wasps do not have stingers. All right, let's do this thing, guys. Here we go. I'm gonna go right here. Are you guys ready? Okay. Here we go. All right, it's time to enter the sting zone with the mud dabber. I'm getting a little nervous now, I'm not gonna lie. Not many people get stung by these, and I've never been stung by one before, so here we go, here goes nothing. On three. 1, 2, 3. There's stingers out. That's in. Yeah, got a sting. Oh, it's still in. It's still in. You see it? You see that stinger? It's like stuck. It's stuck in. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely feeling something. Oh yeah. It's heating up. It's heating up. Let me put the wasp back. Okay. Here we go. Good, great. All right. Got some swelling going.
Describe the pain mark.
Hot, local, and not that bad. I'll be honest with you guys. This could get worse. Mild to intermediate sting. Not gonna get a great score there, but let's see what this does over the next 24 hours. You don't have to wait. We're gonna skip ahead and show you a quick montage of the aftermath and then give you an official BSI rating for the Costa Rican mud dabber. For intimidation, the mud dabber looks like a menacing wasp, but it is slender and somewhat smaller than most wasps you typically see. But because it is a wasp, you have to assume that it's not going to be any fun to take a sting from. So for that, I give it a 3.5 out of 10. On pain factor, honestly, it's not that bad. And it's actually hard to think of a less painful sting I've ever taken. As soon as the pain started to build, it abruptly ended, almost in an instant, which is very uncommon for any species of flying wasp. So on the pain scale, I'm only gonna give it a 2 out of 10. Last but not least, the aftermath, which was a much more typical wasp sting reaction. The swelling and itching was mild, but it lasted for around 3 days. And honestly, once again, not nearly as bad as any other wasp I've ever been stung by. So for that, it only gets a 2.5 out of 10, giving the Costa Rican mud dabber an average BSI score of only a 2.7, which is the lowest I have given to any species since starting the BSI. Needless to say, this is one insect that you really don't need to worry about. Welcome to the Sonoran Desert, one of the harshest environments in the continental United States. This terrain has become a staple for brave wilderness. From the Gila monsters to the tarantula hawks, even the plants are out for blood. In fact, that's exactly why we're here. Ah! Ah, yes, here we go. The jumping cholla in all its glory. Now, there are over 30 different species of this segmented cacti that inhabit North and South America, and they all have different names. This one, I could tell right away, is none other than the teddy bear cholla. But I will warn you, this plant is definitely not soft and cuddly, so you don't want to give it a hug if you're out here in the Sonoran Desert. Now, if you take a closer look at those spines, you'll notice that they are pointing in nearly every direction, almost like some kind of geometric nightmare. Oh, but it gets worse. On every single spine is a characteristic called glochidia, which are small bristles with backward-facing barbs. This microscopic feature makes the cholla difficult to remove once it is adhered to any surface or unlucky passerby. Now, I know what you're thinking. Are these plants just plain evil, or is there a method to their madness? Well, as it turns out, each and every single segment of this plant is a potential seed for the next offspring. They've adopted what's called vegetative reproduction. But what's with this name jumping cholla? Their name is a bit of a myth. It comes from the idea that the plants actually have the ability to jump at their would-be victims. However, that's not the case. But what they can do is fall. So a good gust of wind or vibrations in the ground can cause the segments to fall, especially in the dry season. And at this point, I want to show you guys the methods to remove a cholla plant from your body. But let's be honest, you've seen this before. Yeah, today, it's my turn. And in order to show you the right ways to remove a cholla, I'm gonna need to get myself good and spiked up. So the team and I have decided to create the ultimate cholla challenge, also called the sharpest maze in the world. And if you look right behind me here, you'll notice there's a lot of cholla. In fact, not just cholla, there's all kinds of spiky, nightmarish plants. These are things you would never, ever want to walk through. But here's the deal. If you were to go all the way to the end of the maze, over 100 yards, you would find a table. What's on this table, you might ask? Well, it just so happens to be my favorite dessert of all time. The delicious, the scrumptious, the completely irresistible red velvet cake. And this one just so happens to be made from my favorite bakery in Los Angeles, Baker's Lane. So, trust me, I really want to have that dessert in the desert. But here's the deal, in order to get it, I need to make my way through this maze in under 2 minutes. And the kicker is, I've got to do it while being blindfolded.
Actually, Mark, I thought the blindfold might be a little too easy to see through.
Huh?
So I got you these blacked out goggles instead. I'll take that bandana from you.
I could work with this, okay. I really want that cake. All right, folks, here it goes. If you've ever wanted to see a human pincushion, stick around for the next few minutes. This is about to get crazy.
Alrighty, folks. Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned desert showdown. No sense poking around. Let's get right to it. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's give him some spins for good luck. and he's off.
That, man.
Straight.
To your right, to your right. Good, good. To your left, Mark, to your left.
Oh, God. Straight.
Yep, straight ahead. Oh, watch out for that one by your leg. Back up just a little bit and then go straight. There you go.
Oh, I can't see a thing.
There we go. We got a little bit of a clearing
Time
here.
check.
You got about 1:30. Watch your chin.
Which way?
Oh, man. Back up.
Oh.
Okay, Mark, we gotta keep going.
Right.
To your right, to your
You're
right.
right.
To your right.
What is that? That's not another one, is it?
No. Straight ahead. Yep, side step. Step with your left leg forward. Yeah, just go straight, Mark. Just go straight.
Oh my gosh, how far am I?
Halfway through, Mark. Come on. Don't get too close to those. Keep shuffling.
God.
There you go.
My leg's seizing up, man.
Well, we're in between two very sharp plants. So what we need to do, yep, you just turned yourself perfect.
Okay.
Go forward. There's a bush right below you, though. Step over that with your left leg. There you go.
Am I doing the right thing? I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to feel for bushes with my feet.
Shuffle. There you go.
Am I close?
You're close. We got about 30 seconds, though. We got to make it.
I'm like terrified to finish this, Corey. Help me.
All right, this part's tight.
Dude, I'm stuck. I'm freaking stuck.
Ooh, he's gonna feel that one for a while. Let's slow that down real nice like and see an instant replay.
Okay, you just have to move forward. You're right there. It's right in front of you.
Oh, I feel the table. Got the cake. Yes! Victory!
Oh, dude, you made it with like 2 seconds to spare.
All right. I need you guys to remove the goggles because I'm like, I can't move right now. Corey, I'm gonna need your help. How bad is it? How bad is it?
It's bad, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Was it worth it, man?
Let
Take
me
a bite.
Let me see.
You made it this far.
Oh, it makes it better. That certainly makes it better. Oh yeah, that's good cake. Okay. We gotta get these out. All right, I really need the stuff off the back.
I'm just gonna keep going, man. Ready?
Okay.
All right, keep going, man.
Had you ever thought of starting over? Starting
2, 3.
from the bottom again.
Yep, that was the worst one. Tell you guys what, I am so happy I wore a cup. Okay, so here we go. Now, as you can see, I only have the choya left that are on the front side of my body. And this is the point of the video where I would like to attempt to show you how, if this happens to you, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, how to properly remove these choya with the least amount of pain possible. The number one thing you want to avoid doing, this is like rule number one with choya, you never, ever, under any circumstances, try to remove choya with your hands. Even if you have gloves on, as you can see, these things go through boots, they go through fabric. So don't use your hands, you want to use a tool. Now, what tool should you use? Well, I'm glad you asked. Corey, my comb, please. Thank you, sir. No, I'm just kidding. It's not for my hair, but one of the best tools for removing the choya is a large tooth comb, just like this. Work the teeth under the spines until you grab the choya. You could kind of see I've got the fruit pulling up now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whew. Okay, that's one. Oh, this one's gonna hurt. Oh, yeah! Yes! Yes, sir, that hurts. Okay, so The comb, it does the trick. But let's be honest, if you're out here hiking the Sonoran Desert, pretty good chance you don't have a large tooth comb in your kit. But what you might have is something like this. The Brave Wilderness team never leaves home without a good multi-tool, and I highly recommend you do the same. So you want to open 2 points of contact, just like the comb, wiggle it in there. See how I have good purchase? Ah, that hurts. 1, 2, 3. Got. Velvet cake, velvet cake, velvet cake. Okay, I think I need to get this one off. This is a good opportunity for me to show you yet another technique. Corey, sticks please. Thank you, sir. Now, if you can't find any sticks, just look harder, because you definitely don't want to use your hands, like I said before. What you want to do is take the sticks, work them underneath, get purchase, and then same as the other ones. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, just like that. But I gotta be honest with you, I much prefer the multi-tool, so I'm going back. Okay, this is gonna be a good one. And the final, cholla. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Sonoran Desert and all of its spiky inhabitants and how to remove the pesky cholla should you ever have an encounter of your own. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next challenge. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh yes, that cake was worth every single spine. And speaking of our spiky little friends that joined me on today's adventure, we actually did them a big favor by helping these cholla complete their journey across the desert. Grow strong, little ones. And if you enjoyed this challenge, make sure to head over to the Mark Vins channel and check out my experiment to prove, once and for all, who is the spikiest cactus in the West. Ow! I'm just gonna say it right now, it only gets spikier from here. What's going on, guys? I'm here in Western Australia tide pooling, and I just caught the biggest octopus I have ever seen. You gotta see this. See anything, Mark? Scanning. Oh, there's an octopus right there. You see that?
Oh, where is it?
Right there, next to that white rock. Big one, big one. Do you see that? How do we get down? We get down over here. Let's go. Come on, guys. Huge octopus. All right, definitely gonna need a net. Let's approach slow so we don't spook it. How are we getting down? We have to go this way. Here we go.
Careful, Mark. These rocks are super sharp.
Careful, guys. Careful with the cameras. Oh my gosh, I hope it's still there. Here, there's a way down right here. Through here. There's a way around. This way, guys. This way. We're gonna get a little wet. It's right around this corner. We gotta cross. Oh. I just saw a really big octopus hunting in this tide pool. Hey, Andrew, here. Hold my GoPro. I'm gonna have to get in. We need both hands. Here we go, guys. It's right around here. It's right here. It's right here. There he is. Huge octopus. Huge. Holy cow. Huge. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Holy sh**. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of this octopus. All right, let's get back to shore. Oh my goodness. That is the biggest octopus I have ever seen. Wow. All right, let's move back where he can. He's sucking all over me. Huge. Huge octopus. Wow. All right, let's move up. Let's move up. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how big this octopus is, guys. This is unbelievable. Here, I'm gonna set it down gently here. Keep an eye on that octopus. They can move on land. I haven't had to get gloves on. Octopus have beaks that not only are sharp, but they have venom.
Oh, Mark, be quick. He's getting away.
All right, I'm getting him. I got him. Okay. Holy cow, guys. I'm gonna get it hydrated. I had to put gloves on because I don't want to take a bite from that. See that beak right down there? Now, this isn't the only venomous octopus that we could run into out here in the tide pools of Australia. There are also blue ring octopus out here, and a single bite from one of those, that could be fatal. Wow, it is so strong, it just grips to the rocks. Just being really gentle right now. Don't want to hurt the octopus. Look at that, cephalopod. This is a star octopus, which is actually a new species. It used to be considered a common octopus, but it has just officially been named. I cannot believe we caught this one on camera. Their venom isn't lethal to humans, but taking a bite from a beak of a creature this size, that would put me in a world of hurt. This is one of the Mac Daddy finds that you could ever come across here in the tide pool. And I cannot believe this. This is the best octopus catch I've ever had. I'm so pumped, and we weren't even out today really filming. We were scouting this location, and we looked down off the cliff, and boom, we saw this octopus hunting in these shallow rock pools. Luckily, we brought our cameras with us. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome! Andrew, reach out and touch the octopus. What does it feel like?
It's so soft.
Whoa, did you see it just change color?
Whoa.
They are incredibly adaptable creatures. You can really see it changing color when I hold it here in the water. It changes from light color to dark color, and that's because it's trying to blend in with its surroundings and confuse me while I'm holding it. It has the ability to not only change its color, but also change its shape. What's it feel like, Mark? It is unbelievably gummy feeling. Definitely a little bit slimy. Those suckers are so sticky when they grab on, and it has the ability to like let go like that. I'm not dropping the octopus, it's dropping itself. Octopus are also very intelligent, and it's going to try a bunch of different tactics out here to escape, including becoming slippery and blob-like, almost like turning itself into a ball of jello, which is gonna make it much harder for a predator to hold on to. I'm just trying to give it support, and they can be out of water. They have the ability to walk on land, move from tide pool to tide pool, and we caught this one out hunting for crabs. Related, of course, to the snail, but looks nothing like the snails I'm used to seeing. Look at how well this octopus is keeping its shape too. Oh, and those suction cups. The suction that it has with its arms is really hard to believe. This cephalopod is so incredibly strong. Look at that octopus. One of the most bizarre life forms on the planet. Also, one of the most intelligent creatures. In scientific experiments, they've actually been known to solve mazes, and they are master escape artists. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Oh, what an alien. Cephalopods have complex eyes, and there's so much that we don't know about these creatures. One of my favorite movies lately has been The Octopus Teacher, and seeing this octopus just is like taking me back to that film and just how intelligent these creatures are. So we want to be extremely gentle. We have no idea what's happening right now in this octopus's life. What we do know is that it is not breeding, because a female that just recently laid eggs would never leave them behind. So because this one was out hunting, we know this octopus has not yet bred. And look at that. Are you able to get a shot of those suckers? Look at those. And it has the ability to just grip on. Like if I hold it right here on my arm, it'll sense the ability to grip. I can feel it like tense up when it wants to move. And then like in a second, it'll just go limp and whoop, slip away. I'm doing everything I can right now to be gentle and give this octopus support so you can see it. Unfortunately, a lot of octopus that are caught here in Australia are actually harvested for food. But rest assured, this octopus is going right back where we found it. Okay guys, even with gloves on, I'm trying not to take a bite from this octopus. They can pierce skin and gloves, but they are venomous. Look at that, it's undoing my watch. These creatures are so intelligent. Wow, look at that, look how strong it is. It's able to support all of its weight, just gripping onto my watch and my wrist. I'm trying to give it support, but I also don't want to take a bite. Where's that mouth? Okay, and it can be out of the water for periods of time. I have continued to dunk the octopus. Oh my gosh, it's really on me. Hang on guys, I gotta adjust.
His beak is really close to your wrist.
Yeah, it's very close. It's really trying to get me. Look at that, it's got my watch, and then I'm supporting the weight of its body so we don't just leave it hanging. But this octopus is so incredibly strong. Like it's almost like a constrictor. I'm trying to like get it off of me. Ah, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, it's really on me, guys. Hang on. Do you hear that? Hear that suction popping? Ah, and it does kind of hurt. I won't lie, an octopus this size, those suckers on my skin, look at that. That does not feel good. Those suckers are really into me. You can see where they're like leaving behind suction marks. Wow, holy smokes. Okay, I gotta get it away from my wrist. That's making me nervous. All right, hang on guys. Let me get these off. Oh, one by one. Come on, buddy, come on. Come on, let go, let go. Come on. It is so strong, I'm trying to, oh, took my watch off, look at that. You wonder if octopus are smart or not? This one literally just unlatched my watch. I'm not kidding, but look how powerful those suckers are. I am in awe of this creature. Not only are they incredibly intelligent, but they are lethal predators. And for anybody who thinks an octopus isn't very strong, look at my wrist. Just sucking onto my wrist right there with its suction cups on its arms. Look at that, I'm gonna have like raspberries for a while. But totally worth it to get hands on. But you wanna talk about the grand prize of any tide pool expedition? How about finding a giant octopus? Wow! All right, let's put it back.
Iceland, a country sprawling with dramatic landscapes and explosive volcanic terrain. A place that truly embodies the meaning of the word adventure, with every vista and every step forth on its craggy soil.
That's a volcano. Just erupted 8 years ago.
For me, this would be my first visit to the Nordic island nation that is far more green than its northern neighbor of Greenland. However, this would be no traditional adventure. It was a solo mission. My goal? To scout future expeditions and adventures for Coyote and the crew, a mission I have led myself many times in the past. Remember those dinosaur footprints? Yep, I found those months earlier on a scouting expedition in southern Utah. But now, because of advancements in camera technology, I can take you with me on these exciting and often unexpected adventures.
Here we go. Time to go snorkeling in freezing water. Let's do this.
While on my Icelandic journey, I explored places like the Valley of Thor, rode Icelandic horses, and even got to visit a world-famous spa, the Blue Lagoon. I still don't know what that is on my face, but hey, everyone was doing it, so why not? Anyways, there's one particular adventure on this expedition that I simply couldn't wait to show you. That being my journey into the icy waters of the Silfra Fissure. The fissure itself is a byproduct of the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates drifting apart, leaving in their wake multiple rifts that fill with some of the purest water on the planet.
All right, guys, we're about to go snorkeling in the Silfra Fissure, some of the clearest water visibility in all of the world, and actually one of the only places that you can dive between two continents. Literally, we are standing in the fissure that separates Eurasia and North America right now, and we're gonna go diving in a natural spring. So it's very cold. We definitely don't want water getting inside our suits because it's around 2 degrees Celsius, just above freezing, but it's gonna be pretty awesome. We're about to go get our snorkel gear together and get in, so let's go. Is that graceful? Look good? No? Okay. Well, it's gonna keep you warm, so that's what's important.
As I walked down the steps of the platform, a nervous anticipation started to set in. Entering 36-degree Fahrenheit water isn't something I tend to do every day. I mean, this water is only 4 degrees above freezing. Safe to say, it doesn't get much colder than this.
So guys, my sister's helping us out today. Say hi to everybody, Vic. She came to Iceland with me, so she's the cameraman today. But here we go. We're gonna go snorkeling in the Silfra Fissure. Time to get in.
As I plunged into the water, my face was instantly met with a stinging sensation. The shock distracted me, but then suddenly, an explosion of color. This landscape was absolutely surreal. Something straight out of the pages of a science fiction novel. And to top it all off, the water was 100% crystal clear. It was nearly unbelievable. The visibility in the fissure on a good day is said to extend well beyond 300 feet, And I think we can all look at this footage and confirm that that is definitely true. I can see now why so many people with the fear of heights have issues with this experience. It literally felt as if nothing was between me and the bottom of the fissure. In fact, the sensation was actually closer to that of flying than it was to swimming. That is, until I tried to actually kick with my fins. The dry suit, while providing life-saving warmth and insulation, made it nearly impossible to move. The buoyancy it created restricted my movement so much that to a large degree, I was only able to move forward by the assistance of the current. However, I will say this lack of mobility actually allowed me to relax and enjoy the experience as a whole and really take in all the color and spectacular scenery. Sometimes, it's nice to just be along for the ride. So how does a place like the Silfra Fissure come to exist? Well, as it turns out, Iceland sits smack dab on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, which is formed by the separation of the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates. In Thingvellir National Park, the separation of these plates expands nearly 1 inch every year. But over the course of millions of years, it has created fissures, which are filled by a natural aquifer and glacial meltwater from the surrounding peaks. This water moves slowly, very slowly. In fact, it can take up to nearly 100 years to travel and filter itself through the porous volcanic soil, making it some of the purest H2O on the planet. It is so pure, you can literally drink the water around you as you swim through the fissure. And yes, I definitely tried it out.
Well, the water is cold. But I can tell you guys, this is by far the clearest visibility I've ever encountered. And oh, by the way, the water is delicious. It is about the purest water that you could ever drink. So it is one of those scenarios where you can't drink the water. It's pretty awesome. Iceland.
While it is delicious, it is actually the purity and frigid temperature of the water that helps to create the vivid colors in the landscape of this environment. As I continued to drift along, I couldn't help but dream of coming back to dive this location with the team. My imagination was literally running wild, trying to picture what the scene must be like from the bottom of the fissure. And I was also beginning to wonder, what else might live down there? Is there something down there besides algae and troll grass? But just as I started to consider the idea of taking a free dive to find out, I noticed the battery on my GoPro, which was full 20 minutes prior, was now at only 1%.
Woo! Wow guys, the water is so cold that it's literally draining the life out of this GoPro. But before it dies, I just want to say that getting to snorkel the Silfra Fissure here in Iceland has to be one of the coolest experiences I've ever done. I'm Mark Vince, be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next location. All right, it is a beautiful day in New Zealand. We're here filming a couple projects, and I wasn't gonna come to New Zealand without doing one of the things that I've always wanted to do. That's right, today we're going zorbing. So what is zorbing, you might ask? Well, it appears pretty simple. Essentially, they stuff us into one of these inflatable balls, and then they roll us down a mountainside. What could go wrong? Mario, you wanna do this too?
I will not be zorbing because I get a little motion sick and I don't want to add any liquids to the water that's already in there. Good luck, dude.
Let's do it.
See ya.
First things first, we gotta get to the top of the hill. Let's go. I'm gonna be walking up this hill 3 times today because there are 3 courses. There's the fast track, which just goes straight down the hill. There's the zigzag, which, as you can tell by the name, zigs and zags. And then the last course, course number 3, is called the drop. Now I haven't seen this course, but I can kind of tell by the name. It includes some kind of free fall, and I figured that sounds like it's worth saving for last. So anyway, I'm at the top. I see the zorbs are about ready, and I'm about to get in and try my hand at one of New Zealand's favorite activities, zorbing.
All right, I figured I'd do a little bit of some play-by-play action. We got Mark up there.
He's not in the ball yet. We've been waiting patiently. I'm anxious. I'm a bit nervous. I hope he accomplishes his dream. I'm just talking to the camera. Just talking to myself as usual. All right, this might be the moment. We've been here for over an hour. He's not in the ball yet. I think he's getting cold feet. I believe in you, Mark. You can do it. Get in that ball, bro. Get in that ball and roll down.
All right, how's it going? I'm Mark.
I'm Esther, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you're gonna be the one controlling the ride today.
I'm gonna be the one kicking you down the hill, yep.
Do you literally just stomp me down?
Sometimes I do that, but I might have to push you because you're a little bit heavier.
I'm a little bit heavier. Well, I did have a big breakfast this morning. I hope that's what you mean. But why don't we go through the protocol here? Like, explain to us what is zorbing and what's the goal of the experience?
So if you ever wonder what it's like to be inside a washing machine,
I do wonder that.
well, here it is.
Am I gonna be clean when I get to the bottom?
Surely, yeah. Sometimes we can put soap in there so you get all nice and squeaky clean.
Oh.
Yep.
I think it's probably time that I get shoved inside this ball and you kick me down the mountain.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
High five.
Nice.
So here's what's gonna happen, guys. I'm about to dive into that hole, into this giant inflatable ball. It's not gonna pop, right? How often have you had them pop?
No, we haven't had any pop yet, but I always do a scope of the tracks every morning to make sure there's nothing on there to puncture them.
Did you scope it well today?
I did. I scoped it very well just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and dive in. So here we go, guys. This is my first time getting into a Zorb and getting kicked off a mountainside, and yeah, here we go. I'm in. It's a lot big echo in here. You hear that? Yeah. I kind of figured it would be a little claustrophobic, but yeah, there's a lot of room in here, a lot of headspace. This just got real. I'm about to go down a mountainside in this giant inflatable ball room thing. So I think I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's go zorbing. I'm ready. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh.
Oh man, I could hear him scream. I don't know if that screams of joy or fear, but he's rolling. He is rolling.
Whoa!
Oh, buddy.
That is probably the coolest thing I've ever done. That is insane.
Dream for you?
You need to do this.
I don't know about that.
You need to do this. This is super cool. Dude, it's very intense. It's way more intense than it looks.
Oh, you're supposed. Oh, dude, you're like a little baby. You just were born. Welcome
I
to the
zorbed,
world.
and now I am born. I'm born in the New Zealand way, the most epic fashion possible. I just went zorbing, and it was amazing. I'm ready to do it again. That was round one. Now we're gonna go back to the top for course number 2, the zigzag. Here we go. Woo! Yes.
Mark just finished the first set of orbing. He came out a new man. He was all wet, steamy. I call it the orb of life. It's like a womb, and inside is water that's actually nutrients, and it gives it sustenance. So Mark is going for round 2.
Pretty cold up here. I just did my first Zorb run. It was incredible. Now I'm doing run number 2. Let's get in the Zorb and go for the zigzag. Here we go. Ready?
See ya.
Bye. Oh, here we go. Woo! Oh boy! Whoa! Whoa! That's so epic. I'm good, guys. Getting a little,
There goes all the juices out. Oh, just like a little baby. What's up, buddy?
Definitely get a little motion sick after that one. That one was way, way crazier. Hitting those edges of the zigzag is just like, whoosh, and just like flip you around. For a minute there, I was just like straight going backwards. I couldn't see where I was going. That was pretty disorienting. Whew. One more run so I can complete the tracks and get the full Zorbing experience. One more run means one more run up the hill. Here we go.
And he's off in his wet socks.
There it is. Final Zorb. I've got one more run to go, and this one is the most epic of all. It's called the drop. Can't even see the track, so I have no idea how big the drop is, but I've heard that people get completely suspended in air to the middle of the Zorb, so should be pretty cool. Wish me luck, guys. 2 runs down, 1 to go. Hopefully I make it and also get to keep my breakfast. A little more control so I can talk to you. Oh, you're still dark. Try to walk. Try to walk. Get up. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is just like a living Sonic. Watch. Oh, here we go. I think we're going down. Oh yeah, we're going down. We're going down. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! I'm good. Give me a minute. Getting a little sick, guys. I think 3 is my limit. 3 runs, 3 and done. That was crazy intense. I had to get up and walk the ball to the drop. And I just saw the path get dark and the ball went zing right down the mountainside. And that was definitely the fastest I've gone all day. That was crazy. I couldn't even hold the GoPro up at one point. And yeah, that was nuts. Oh, where's the tripod? Shoot, oh well. I'm getting out. That was Zorby, guys, that was awesome. Thanks for dealing. See you next time.
Born again.
I'm free.
Was the 3rd time the charm?
That was
or no?
ridiculous, guys. That one was crazy. Woo! All right, guys. Well, that about does it. We had the full Zorbing experience today here in Zorb, New Zealand. Even broke the tripod on the last run. In total, we did 3 runs. They were all amazing, and I highly recommend you come check out Zorbing if you ever make it to New Zealand. Last night, something completely unexpected happened. Right now, we're in Costa Rica filming the bullet ant sting versus the leafcutter ant bite showdown, which, by the way, ouch, it hasn't even been 24 hours since I endured the carnage that was 60 seconds of being stung by a bullet ant. I mean, I got annihilated. I am still in excruciating pain right now, but here at our lodge, we saw something that we didn't even think existed. Let me ask you a question. What is worse than a bullet ant with one of the most painful stings in the world? The answer? A bullet ant that can fly. That's right, bullet ants have wings.
Mark, come here.
What is it?
Dude, there's a bug on the wall here. It looks like a bullet ant, but it has wings on it.
You shine your light like right on it? What?
Dude, that is a bullet ant with wings.
It has wings!
No way.
Let me get a net. Let's see if I can. Got it.
Got it. There it is. Yeah, it's in the net.
Oh, it's getting away. It's getting away. It's getting away. Ah!
We go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, hang on. Holy cow. No
way.
Did you know they could fly?
I didn't know they could have wings at all. Let's get a closer look at it. In all of our adventures into the rainforest, we have never seen anything like this. The Brave Wilderness channel has a long and painful history with the bullet ant, because these ants possess one of the most painful stings on the entire planet. And that's not just of all ants, of all insects. From a single jab to a full minute of being pumped with their legendary venom, we've experienced firsthand just how excruciating their sting can be. However, these insects won't sting unless provoked, and we've learned that from sticking our hand into a box full of them. As it turns out, they only sting to protect themselves and their underground colony from danger. But until this particular adventure, we had no idea that bullet ants could take to the sky. But now let's get to the question that I know you're all wondering. Sure, bullet ants have wings, but can they sting? Can a winged bullet ant sting with the power and might of the bullet ant that we all know so well? Well, that's what we're here today to find out. I am prepared to take yet another sting test to see if the winged bullet ant is something that we all need to be concerned of. But before we do that, let's take a side-by-side comparison of both of these ants. Colorations, proportions, they look nearly identical. I mean, maybe, and just maybe, the winged bullet ant is a little bit bigger. But outside of that, the only major difference that I can see is just behind the head. On the wingless bullet ant, you've got a couple of spikes, a couple of nodules right behind the head on that middle part. On the winged bullet ant, you have more of a hunch or a hump. I'm guessing that's where all the wing mechanics are contained that enable this ant to fly. But before we get to the sting, let's discuss why ants have wings in the first place. In order for ants to start a new colony, like bees, they have to swarm. This occurs when colonies start to produce offspring that have wings, which of course can be either male or female, with the females being future queens. When a future queen flies away from the colony, she's in search of a winged male from another, and hope that they can join forces in starting the next generation of bullet ants. After they mate, the male unfortunately dies, while the female sheds her wings and searches on the ground for a good spot to start her new brood. Once she starts her nest, her stinger actually turns into an ovipositor, which she uses to lay eggs. She then exclusively produces female worker ants until the colony grows large enough to need to expand again. It's these workers who are tasked with the digging of tunnels, caring for young, and defending the colony with their legendary sting. All this to say, it's only the female ants that have stingers. With that being said, I have about a 50-50 chance of actually taking another sting in this video. It's time to get down to business. It's time to find out if this flying bullet ant can sting. Here we go. Let's see if we can grab hold without it flying away. I know I say this all the time with ants, but it's unbelievable how strong they are. Oh, no, 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 fly, don't fly, don't fly. Oh, no. Angry. This bullet ant does not want to be in these forceps. Okay, I got a good hold. All right, here we go. Oh, I was afraid we're gonna lose our flying bullet ant. They have wings for a reason. Got that shot?
Got it.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a flying bullet ant. On 3. 1, 2, 3. I can't feel it. There's something in my... Oh yeah, stinger's in. Stinger's in. Yep. Yep, it's a queen. Oh, do you see the stinger in there? Definitely a queen. Got a young queen. Definitely not a male.
What's that feel like?
It burns. All right, all right, all right. Definitely not doing it for 60 seconds again. Yeah. Whew, man. Whew.
You all right, Mark?
Yeah. Huh. I tell you what, that burns, but not as bad, oddly enough. Definitely not as bad as yesterday. Let me put her back in the container. Thank you, thank you. Oh, man. Definitely a female, for sure. You could see there's already raised, I could feel the burning. There's already some raised, but not as bad.
There's some marks there, but gonna have to give it a little bit to see if the venom really kicks in. I mean, clearly that's what the bullet ant looked like from yesterday. That is just over 24 hours. You can see just how swollen my arm is from yesterday, and it's hot and tight. It's almost like swelling up like a hot dog about to explode. But yeah, you can see right there, you see that? We definitely have some sting marks, but a much more mild venom, like significantly less painful. I wouldn't recommend doing it. Don't get me wrong, this isn't good. It's not enjoyable, but it is certainly not as painful as the bullet ant we all know. So I have to wonder, why would the flying bullet ant sting be less potent than that of a wingless bullet ant? And if I had to guess, it's because this is a young queen. They're both females, but this young queen is destined to eventually lay eggs, meaning that stinger is meant to actually evolve into a device to reproduce and create the next bullet ants. Where this bullet ant is only meant to defend. That means that stinger needs to inflict as much pain as possible. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our upcoming adventures.